We need to be very fast. Good afternoon. Thank you for the invitation. Let's look at this electromobility issue. We are the experts in managing electromobility solutions, and we can provide all the materials in a hardware or software level in order to make all these things that we talked about a reality. We are a French-based company, of course, but we have a presence throughout everywhere in the world and active. How do we do it? The architecture that we used is called EcoStructure, is divided into 4 layers, 4 levels. The first are the materials that we use. We try to have them interconnected. All of that falls into the second level, the control, first top local control, and then applications and analytics that can also provide the services, analytics. Just to give you an example this industry has helped a lot into avoiding shipwreckages. It has helped a lot, obviously, with the weather forecasts. All these services where we have to do the forecasting, the predictions, and the service, they help with all these situations and the plans that we talked about today. The most important thing is that this architecture is open to anyone, to third parties, to other companies, to softwares that other companies may produce, or with software that comes from CPO, for example, those that make the charges for the electric vehicle charges. Of course, in this time and era, no one can do everything by themselves, so all these platforms are open. Now let's move to the charger. We've been operating for many years in this area. We have chargers installed all over the world. The offer from the very simple chargers that anyone can install in their homes, indoors or outdoors, smart chargers, which are included in an incentives program, the Κινούμε ηλεκτρικά program. So a charger can be connected to external platforms and provide additional information. Then we have the EV-Link parking, larger chargers that you can charge 2 vehicles at once. They are not still in the previous program because the incentives program, because it's not does not apply to commercial fleets, commercial applications. This is the security and safety protection sector. There is a legal framework here in Greece. All of that, the part that is behind the charger, the protection relay, leakage relay, all of that is available by Schneider. But the issue that we now come to resolve and maybe make a forecast for the future is if our buildings, all these facilities that we have, are ready to accept a new load, the electric vehicle chargers. And there should be some management, some different management. Otherwise, anyone who wants to install a charger has to remove the electric, the switchboard and go to the provider or whatever. Now, in order to avoid excessive charges, because the demand for the buildings is going to increase, and of course there is the blackout part. If you add an additional load, you are risking this blackout. Now you have this load management system that we provide. You can provide limits about the consumption coming from the charges, and as you see on the left, you should not exceed these limits so you don't have the blackouts or the excessive charges. This is an overview. This system provides an overview, a real-time overview, to see what charges are in operation. Also, it helps provide reporting information and some additional smart facilities to divide, for example, a building in different zones, because you may have different tenants or different parking areas. This is an example that the end user purchases, and it's theirs. It's not cloud-based, it's not connected or linked with anything. So it's something that we need to keep in mind, especially now with all the requirements, the GDPR and everything. We need to provide the option to the customer to have something that is independent, for example, and not to give them everything, things that they cannot avoid. So how is this management actually being made? The chargers are connected to the platform, and you give them the command not to exceed a certain limit, or that's the static mode, or you have a dynamic mode, real-time control. If the demand of the building drops, the additional power can be given to the chargers. Here is how different scenarios of load management are based, and some chargers are in operation and some are shut down, cannot be used because there's not sufficient power. The system can make the decision to shut down one of the chargers, for example, the one that has consumed most power, or the one that is in operation for the longer. These new functionalities, these new capabilities are given to us, and we can now get information from the car into the system. This is the new technology that is coming, and we can see the percentage of the battery. We can make a forecast. We can see how we can use this energy, especially in large parking lots, and provide the better service to the people that are actually charging their vehicles. This is centralized connections, wireless or not. This is a larger application. We have the main switchboard where all the chargers are connected. I'm going fast because of time. These are the different accessories that we can have in terms of safety, in terms of the metering, in terms of the interconnection, the switches, whatever we need, we can provide as a company. These are our partnerships. We are in cooperation with all the car manufacturers. It's very important to have the chargers tested with the actual cars. And of course, this is the entire Schneider chain in terms of logistics. That's another key aspect. And of course, the certifications and anything else that might be required to be in line with the legal requirements, the regulatory requirements, and obviously to be safe. Thank you.